Hi, everyone. Today we are talking about scaling as a personal brand, and I will share with you the three things I focus on to hit 10K a month if I wasn't there already. If you are scaling to six figures, but your messaging still sounds like you just started your business yesterday, listen until the end because I have a very special masterclass for you. I've seen so many businesses in 2023 and in 2024 trying to move away from personal branding to grow and scale their business further and completely failed. And this is because people buy because of you. And if you are not at the center of your marketing, people will not buy. Of course, if you are selling soaps on the internet, no one cares about your face. But if you are the person that is going to be delivering the transformation to your clients, yes, your face needs to be on it. And your branding needs to be a personal branding. Hi, I'm Gwen and I've taught hundreds of women how to build and scale their businesses online with killer messaging and no BS coaching so that they can enter their most wealthy and free era. And today I'm sharing with you scaling as a personal brand, the three things I will focus on to hit 10K a month. Right now, you are likely feeling like you're putting in a lot of effort to grow your business. You're creating content, you're showing up online, and maybe you're even offering amazing programs, but it still feels like you're spinning your wheels. And you might be thinking, how do I create consistent income without spreading myself too thin? How do I go from 2 to 10K a month? Do I need a bigger audience to hit my goals? What does selling feel? Why does it feel so awkward? Even though I know my offer is so valuable. You're likely stuck in the cycle of showing up constantly, but not seeing the sales you want. You might feel unsure about what to focus on next, or maybe you're hesitant to sell more often because you don't want to feel pushy. You know scaling is possible, but it feels unclear or overwhelming to figure out how to make it happen in a way that feels so aligned with you. The solution here is to focus on personal branding to grow your income to 10K a month, and here are the three things you need to do for that. First of all, personal branding is not about aesthetic or fancy logos, okay? It's about trust and authority. Personal branding is what makes you different than Sally, who is also a nutritionist helping women lose weight. People buy because of your angle on things. If you say the same thing as Sally, no one cares about what you're saying then. Your personality, your energy is why people are buying. And if, of course, you don't share your personality, if you don't share your energy, your personal opinions on things, people are not going to buy from you. So let's see the three things that you need to focus on, okay, to scale with your personal brand. The number one is to simplify and leverage a core offer. It is so important that you have a core offer. And I'm not saying that you need to have only one offer. Having a signature offer business is definitely a business model you can have, but I would recommend also having another way for people to come into this signature offer. And that's why even when you have a core offer, a signature offer, you may really profit to having a lower ticket offer or mid-ticket offer that brings people into your signature offer, and maybe something else for people after they have done this signature program. Why is it so important? It is so important because once you have an offer that a lot of people can go through, you are going to refine it. You're going to understand it a lot easier. And your messaging is going to be clear because on all fronts, everywhere, you are only going to try to message one offer. Yeah, you're not going to try it. And it's not even trying. Like, you're not going to even like have a million little things and speak about so many different things all of the time. Because what you speak about is for your ideal client for this signature program, which makes it so easy to know how to speak to your audience to actually make sales. Another thing with this is that you can easily work with upsells and downsells, and you can build your core offer to bring in the 10K month. So looking at your core offer and be like, how can I make 10K month with this offer? And if you cannot, then what do you need to change in your ecosystem of offer so that you can make 10K a month with this core offer at the center? This is really the bigger thing I would focus on if I wanted to hit 10K a month. The second thing that is super important, once you have an amazing offer that people absolutely love, that the result inside is amazing, is for you to have amazing content that is going to be for free and that brings people in. So if you want to be having people that comes to you, people need to know what you are offering, okay? But they also need to know more about you. So You want to show up consistently with content that sell, okay? And content that sell can be educational, authority, leadership content. But you want to focus on all of this content being infused with your personality, infused with your own story, so you don't look like Sally, who is selling the same thing as you. You need to focus also on one primary platform, okay? If you are not, posting like, let's say, 5 days a week or whatever it is on Instagram while you are trying to grow, if you listen to an Instagram guru that is saying like, oh, look, I only post 1 time a week, they're not trying to grow anymore, okay? I can promise you that they were not posting 1 time or 3 times a week when they were trying to grow their business to 6 figures. So 5 times a week, yes, let's go into this 5 times a week. And if you are not able to post 5 times a week because it's taking you too long, you do need to go into Take My Money Messaging Masterclass and have a clear messaging for your brand and know what to post every single time. So it takes you 10 minutes to create a post and not 2 hours. This is the problem. Okay, the problem is not to post 5 times a week. The problem is that you don't know what to say or you don't know how to create this piece of content. You also have, when I say to focus on one primary platform, you have to focus just on one, because if you are overwhelmed by posting 5 times a week on Instagram, a reel or anything, that takes like 10 minutes max to do, why are you speaking about starting a podcast, a YouTube channel, doing this and that, going on YouTube, being on TikTok, like whatever? Just stop overwhelming yourself. Stop adding things on your list that you cannot handle. You have to grow your capacity with time, okay? So grow your capacity with time. If at the moment you can only post 3 times on Instagram per week, then this is it. Don't add a podcast. Start adding more time on Instagram until you're actually growing on Instagram. And once you are set up there and it feels easy to create content, then yes, do more. When you see me having a YouTube channel, a podcast, both have been rebranded just very, very recently. But in the past, I still had another YouTube channel and another podcast. When you see that this is on top of me being on Instagram, me being on Thread, me having my email list and blah, 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 it's because I am not overwhelmed by creating content. It doesn't take me hours to create content. The third point here about the value-driven content that is going to bring new people into your audience is that messaging is everything. Messaging is everything. Words are going to make the sales for you. So you need to learn, okay? You need to learn how to articulate your story, your thoughts, what your client needs to hear in a way that makes sales. And this is exactly what I teach you in Take My Money Messaging Masterclass. The third point here on the thing that I would do to scale with my personal brand to 10K a month is to sell confidently and relentlessly. Selling isn't sleazy. It's an act of service when you really believe in what you offer. When I take an offer, let's say, I'll take my example and a client example. When I take my offer about, let's take my money messaging masterclass, actually. When I take this for me is an act of service to sell it, because I see so many people that have a very shitty messaging that sounds like everyone else, that don't know what to say to sell. And with just a $20 masterclass, they can actually master this and they can make sales with it. And they will make a lot more than $22 back. So I don't feel sleazy selling this masterclass. Yeah. I feel like it's an act of service for them. When I have some of my clients selling, let's say, let's take this example. One of my clients, her anchor offer is about helping people that have back pain. And I had actually a few clients that had this in the past, doing different things to help with low back pain. This is an act of service. People are watching their stories, being like suffering. It is not salesy or sleazy to say to them that you have this offer and that this offer is going to solve their problem. One of the things that makes you a lot more confident in making the sales is knowing how to integrate sales into your content seamlessly, into your storytelling, how to address like pain points, showing results without always talking about sales. But something that you have to remember into this point of selling is that people need repetition to buy. People need repetition. So it's not like on your stories, one time you come and you say, I have this offer and no one buy. And then you're like, You see, no one buys because you do it one time. People need repetition. Scaling to 10K a month is quite straightforward. Okay. You need to have a core offer and at least one other offer that can help fill it up. You need killer take my money messaging to attract new people in all of the time. And you need a simple sales system so that your sales can roll in even when you are off social media. If I needed to focus on one thing first, it will be my messaging for sure. Okay, my messaging and learning how to sell. My messaging, you can go into Take My Money Messaging Masterclass. And if you want to have this plus how to sell, Take My Money Messaging Masterclass is included in my sales program. It's called In Demand, where you will learn exactly how to make sales. Thanks for listening to today's training on scaling as a personal brand. The 3 things I will focus on to hit 10K a month. If you liked today's episode, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any future training like this one. Bye, everyone.